We have Vylon performing to a first place finish out of the local tournament. Never thought I would say those words in my life. I'm betting 30% of you guys have not smashed the crap out of that subscribe button. Smash it so we can get further into 100,000 here. Just take this in for a moment, ladies and gentlemen. You're living in an era where Vylon has gotten the chance to perform relatively well at a locals. Now, yes, Union Hangar does revolve around light machine Union monsters, and I didn't even know that this deck had Pentacle Lord. This thing's a Union monster. Tesseract is a Union monster. I didn't realize that this deck had ways to bring out and interact with Union Hangar, but my mind was blown when I got sent this, and it was like, yeah, this deck got first place at our locals. You know, we have some other lists from this tournament as well here that we'll cover here, but seeing that Charlene Lawson locked down a first place finish with this, if you're expecting me to explain to you how this works, it's Auroradon Hulk shenanigans, basically. Thank you, Hulky Vibrax. So we have 2 copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. We also have 1 Catch Eve level 2. So if this card is in your hand, target 1 level 3 or higher monster you control, reduce its level by exactly 2, and special summon this card. So it's a free extender. Okay, we have 1 Cockadoodle-Doo. This thing's not a tuner, by the way. Okay, so we have a tuner extender. Oh, look, it's Dustbot001. I already know where this is going. Auroradon. We also have Colt Wing, got a special summon them tokens. We have the Torque Tune Gear. Yeah, this is a tuner monster that you can interact with off of Union Hangar. We also have the Union Driver. You already know where that interaction's going. We have Triple Vylon Cube, sent to the graveyard for a synchro summon of a light monster. You can add an equipped spell card from your deck to your hand. Alright, we have 2 of those. We have Vylon Hept. Once per turn, target 1 Vylon monster you control that is an equipped card and special summon that in face-up defense position. Banish it when it leaves the field. So this actually gives you extending options. Okay. We have 1 Pentacle Lord. All you need to know is interactions for special summoning. 1 Prism, sent from the monster zone, pay 500, target a face-up monster you control, equip this card to it. Monster equipped gains 1,000 attack. Alright, then we have the Triple Sphere, sent from the monster zone to the graveyard and pay 500, target 1 face-up monster and equip it. Alright, sure. We also have 1 Stella, sent from the monster card zone to the graveyard, pay 500, target a face-up monster you control, equip this card to that target. And then at the end of the damage step, if the equipped monster battled the opponent's monster, destroy the opponent's monster. Our other Union monster, the Tesseract. Then we have 1 Tetra, sent from the monster zone to the graveyard, pay 500, target a monster, equip this card. If the equipped monster would be destroyed, you can destroy this card instead. This violent stuff is so bad. This card is destroyed by card effects at the graveyard and draw 1 card for each equipped card equipped to this card. Okay, well that's cool. Alright, we play 1 Fleurette de Fleur. Activate this card by targeting a level 2 or lower monster in your graveyard. Special summon but negate its effects. Alright, well, level 2 or lower. Huh, Vylon shenanigans. Okay. We also have 1 Terraforming, Triple Union Hangar. We have 1 Vylon component. So this is where we're going to start getting into the armaments of Vylon here. So equip only to a Vylon monster. If it attacks defense position monster, you get piercing damage. As a face-up card sent to the graveyard, add a Vylon spell card from your deck to your hand. So we have Searcher. Element. This was the original one that we played, right? This is a continuous. When any face-up Vylon cards or cards you control are destroyed, you special summon an equal number of Vylon tuner monsters from your deck. It cannot be used as synchro summon except for synchro summon of Vylon monsters. Filament. Equip only to a Vylon monster. If the equipped monster attacks, your opponent cannot activate spell trap cards till the end of the damage step. And this face-up card in the field sent to the graveyard can add another Vylon spell. And then material, equip only to a Vylon, gets 600 attack. If this face-up card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you get to add another Vylon spell. Select 3 equipped cards in your graveyard, return them to the deck, and apply an effect. Draw 1 or destroy 1 card your opponent controls. I guess that's cool. We have 1 prototype. Target any number of Vylon monster cards you control that are equipped cards, special summon them in face-up defense position. That's amazing. We also have Triple Segment. Equip only to a Vylon monster. Cannot be targeted by the opponent's monster effects or trap effects. If this face-up card on the field is sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 Vylon spell or trap card. So, more floating. Huh, I didn't actually know they had that. We also have 1 Call by the Grave, the 1 Monster Reborn, and Triple Imperm. Down in the extract, we have 1 Auroradon, 1 Herald, the 1 Hulk, 1 Apo, 1 Access Code, and the 1 Draco Sack. Alright, so this is Vylon Omega. So it's 2 tuners plus a non-tuner Vylon monster. So when this synchro summon card, when this card synchro summon, destroy all face-up monsters that were normal summon or set. Alright, well that's weird. Once per turn, you target one Vylon monster in your graveyard. Equip that card to this card. During either player's turn, when a monster effect activates, so one equipped card from this card to the graveyard to negate the activation if you destroy that card. Okay, that's good. Epsilon. One light tuner plus one or more non-tuner. Equip cards equipped to this card cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects. Once per turn, you can send one equipped card equipped to this card to the graveyard, target one monster opponent controls, destroy it. That's not bad. Alright. And then Alpha, one Vylon tuner plus one or more non-tuner. On single summon, target one spell card in your graveyard that's an equip and equip it to this card. While this card is equipped with an equipped card, it cannot be destroyed by spell trap cards except for equipped cards. Okay, that's interesting. We also have two power tools, one Herald, one Cupid Pitch, and one Baron de Fleur. Side deck here we have triple Lancia, two Effect Veiler, one Nibiru, two Lava Golem, triple Crossover Designator, two Lightning Storm, and two copies of Evenly Matched here. Wrapping up Vylons, and honestly, looking at some of the cuter interactions that this deck gets because of Union Hanger here, I think this deck is pretty frickin' sweet. Alright, all jokes aside, Vylons have been a joke for years, though they've been the culprit for many weird interactions in the game. The fact that this deck can perform and do some of these weird plays is nothing short of a miracle. Next up here is, Burning Abyss. I like to see Trap BA get the chance to do things. This actually was Jaden Lewis. Alright. Got third place out of the event that Vylons won. So we have triple copies of Tour Guide from the Underworld, triple copies of Fiendish Warrior Rhino, and we have one Elich, one Barbar, one Cowcab, one Libic, two copies of Seer, triple copies of Graph, we have two copies of Skarn, one Celestial with one Dasher, we also have one Absolute King Backjack, one Snow, two copies of Fusion Destiny, one Call by the Grave, triple copies of Solemn Steedreich, triple copies of Torrential Tribute, we also have triple copies of Ice Dragon's Prison, good card by the way, two copies of Karma Cut, triple copies of Infinite Permanence, two copies of Phoenix Wing Blast. I have not seen this card in Trap BA in a hot second, though that's not saying this card is bad. I've just seen a lot more people kind of go towards Dynamiscus. Though getting the ability to interrupt a potential opponent's future draw has always been like the real value that you get out of a card like this. Down in the extract we have one Unicorn, one Phoenix, one IP Masquerena, one Verti Anaconda, one Cherubini, one Access Machine, one Underworld Goddess, one Fortune Tune, one Downer Magician, one Zeus, two copies of Dante, with one Beatrice, one Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer, and one Pilgrim. Side deck here we have triple Lancia, two Lava Golem, triple Evenly Matched, triple Solemn Judgment, triple copies of Twin Twister, and one copy Harpy's Feather Duster here, wrapping up Trap Burning Abyss. And I will say this, ladies and gentlemen, I think going forward here, this is a very solid deck, if you know what you're doing, alright? I've seen a decent amount of Trap BA show up in the metagame, and I think it really goes to show, ladies and gentlemen, that just very good generic trap cards can do a lot in today's metagame. Alright, next up here, we have good old Paleo Frogs, actually. This deck got 7th place out of this event, which, whew, I know you Paleo Frog players are going to enjoy this. So we have triple copies of Doop Doop, we have triple copies of Ronin Toden, and triple copies of Swap Swap. Then we have one copy of Foolish Bro, one copy Paw of Desires, triple copies of Prod of Prosperity. Then, of course, we have triple No Fun Spell Fragrance, triple copies of Infinite Permanence, triple copies of Candia, we have triple copies of Dynamiscus, triple copies of Morella, triple copies of Volanoides, and triple copies of Solemn Judgment, triple copies of Torrential Tribute, and triple copies of Trap Trick here. Down here in the next trick, we have one Miss Starboy, one copy of Unicorn, one copy of Phoenix, one IP Masquerena, one Access Machine, triple copies of Totally Awesome, two copies of Sky Cavalry Centauria, we have one Opabenia, two copies of Downer Magician because we want to stack them up, and two copies of the legendary Zeus. Side deck here we have triple copies of Lancia, triple copies of Nibiru, we got 3 big balls, triple copies of Forbidden Droplet, and triple copies of Evenly Matched here. Wrapping up this chunk of deck profiles for you guys. I want to say, Vylons are freaking sweet, man. Also, seeing Burning Abyss still performing out here in the year 2022, even Paleo Frogs performing well out of this event too, really goes to show that weird things can happen. Consistent results can happen. I mean, even weird results can happen, but that goes to show that the metagame is an ever-evolving creature, ladies and gentlemen. So, guys, what do you think? Please leave a comment down below. What you guys think? Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button. And I'll see your beautiful faces back here later on the day, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.